First tip is to pay attention to enemy TPs, especially cords. So what do we see right now? I'm the Faceless Void and I see their Magnus, the King of the Jews, TP bottom, right? I know he TP'd because he was mid and then we went on the timber and then he appeared here. So I assume he TP'd. This is really important because now I know that it's impossible for Magnus to get to anywhere else unless he walks there. And I have my spell up, I have the chrono. So I use this read of the map to make a game-winning play by gating to the Muerta, right? Because I know Muerta's there and I know that Magnus, who's their strongest hero, cannot be there. And I'm feeling pretty strong with chrono and Dom. So I know that this play is probably going to be pretty good, even though my Legion doesn't have duel. And even though you'll see here, like it gets a little bit awkward. My chrono wasn't the best for sure, but just because Magnus can't be here, it ends up going well for my team. And this is a game-winning play because he rage backs after this. And you could say like, yeah, he's like griefing a little bit, but how frustrating is it if you're a carry? And I think he already died once and then he gets gated on by avoiding chronoed and dies. Like you're just, a lot of players will tilt out in this situation. Before I get into the next clip, guys, please listen up so I don't become homeless and so my Dota content can continue for you. I am partnering with Game Leap. Yes, that noob speed. And they're supporting all my Dota content and they're allowing me to make more Dota content than ever, better Dota content than ever. And I'm playing Raid Shadow Legends now. And if you want to support me and keep seeing my Dota content, play Raid with me. So join the Krabby Raid clan. Click the link in the description and get 2 legendary champions and 3 epic champions. And this is like $200 worth of stuff or like 6 to 12 months of free-to-play grinding. Okay, next tip is if you want to farm, I mean, this applies a lot to carry, but on other roles too, if you don't want to fight 5 enemy heroes, go to the opposite side of the map. Basically what happened is we went on their Muerta here and killed her, and then I can assume, I didn't see like all the TPs, but I can assume that a lot of their heroes TP'd because I knew that they were on other places of the map. And if I have the TP status, actually 3 of their heroes don't have TP, all 4 of their heroes don't have TPs, right? So, and I want to farm right now because my chrono's on cooldown, and even if it wasn't, I don't necessarily want to be where 4 enemy heroes are, right? My map read here, it sounds simple, but you know, applying it is important. If you want to know where the safe farm is, just go to where the enemies are not. And I know that it's going to take them a really long time to get top if they want to gank me because none of them have TPs. So I know that I'm safe to take this tower and basically do whatever I want. And by taking that tower, guys, I am making space for myself to farm safely because I'm opening up the enemy jungle to me, right? This is a perfect example of me making space, creating space for myself right then and also later in the game. My next tip, guys, very simple. Farm waves after you have information. Okay, so this wave is coming in now, and I'm only going to hit it because I see like 3 enemy heroes mid. And even still, I'm scared because I know Magnus is respawning. But I have chrono, so I can get a little bit aggressive. But I would not be farming this wave if I did not see these heroes mid. For sure, without a doubt. So use the information that you have to make decisions. Don't ever make assumptions, right? Your assumptions need to be based in something. Next, pushing waves gives you information. My team, even though we're ahead and we're feeling strong and I want to fight them here, because their wave is pushed into our bot tower, I don't have a lot of information right now, right? I see this timber, but other than that, the map is dark. Like there could be heroes in our jungle right now. I just don't know. And I can't assume that there are or are not really. But in theory, right, if our wave was pushed in and hitting this tower, then if there was an enemy hero remotely in this area, what would they do? Just imagine. They would farm the wave. So then I would have information. So this is why pushing waves is just good generally. Like if somebody on my team, like my co-op or something, pushed this and then gated to us, then we would have a lot of information based on what happens when the wave is pushed in, right? Because if he pushes in the wave and nobody shows, then I can make the assumption that there are not enemy heroes in this area. Because if there are, someone's going to show on this wave for sure. You can think of them as kind of like wards. They're a little bit different, obviously, but it's like if somebody is in this area, they will show. So they just give you information. And there was a Magnus here. And if you look at it from his perspective, like he doesn't have to come shove this. It's good if he does, but it's not as pressing as like if a triple wave was hitting his tower right here, or if a double wave was hitting his tower. This doesn't end up like biting me in the ass here. I think just because I'm having a really good game and I'm really strong, just thought it'd be useful to bring up. So I mean, you can even see here, it's like kind of awkward for my team. Like we don't really know what to do. We don't have a strong move. We're just kind of like on top of each other farming the enemy jungle, and it's because this wave is pushed in and we have no information. So, I mean, we see some heroes mid. All right, so this is a continuation of my other tip, but right now I'm farming very passively because I don't have any information, right? Now I see the Wind Ranger and where to show mid, and I also see the enemy team go on my Bat Rider here. So now I have information that this whole side of the map is free, right? And you can be pretty generous when you say this. Like, it's very rare for the enemies to like mass TP to this tower or like all gate or something like that. So I'm farming forwards. Like, I basically know that I can farm this whole area. I guess I'm being a little bit careful with the wave because they could gate, but I see the Pudge mid, so it's pretty unlikely for them to be here. So I'm able to pick up like a lot of farm from that read. And reading the map, guys, it's something that you kind of always have to do, right? You have to glance at your mini map and then make a read. It's not something where, you know, you read it 3 times a game and you're making these like huge game-winning reads. It's like little simple things like that over and over and over again most of the time. Sometimes they're like big game-winning reads, obviously. And now as well, so there was just an engagement and the map is kind of like resetting, right? I don't know where these heroes are gonna go. I don't know where Magnus is. He hasn't shown. And my Legion looks like she's gonna get this wave, right? Even though I think this wave like is a little bit dangerous. I think I could push one and then go back, but my Legions should be already on it. Anyway, so I'm just waiting for information, right? Before I do anything. That's what I'm doing right now. And so I see the Pudge mid and I see the Magnus mid. And so I'm pretty confident that this top wave is safe, or at least it is right now, and probably will be for the next like minute or so. I can't get there though, so my Bat is going to take it, but he knows it's safe too. That's why he's going to take this wave. I mean, it's a little bit unsafe because Blink Magnus could be here in theory, but we just saw the mid, so it's like kind of unlikely, but he could be. I'm making my way to this area as well because just from experience, I know that once the enemy safe lane and enemy mid tier 1 are down, the enemy jungle and this wave is typically going to be the safest farm. And that's what happens, right? So I see an engagement going on mid. I don't want to join. So now I immediately run to this wave. And it worked out really nicely with my like farming pattern, right? Because I basically farmed all the way up to this lane, which makes it really efficient. So that was kind of like a prediction I made that this wave would be safe. It did happen subconsciously, I think. Like, I'm not thinking about that during the game. But then they show heroes here, and I'm kind of like lingering with Chrono because maybe I can Chrono somebody. But, you know, they saw me on the Watcher and it's awkward, right? We don't have any vision, so I'm just out. No harm, no foul. So what it comes down to, guys, to wrap a bow on this is to make the map reads often. And a lot of the reads are going to be simple, right? They are, but it's just about listening to the reads and making decisions based off them and just not making exceptions, right? Like, if you know they're enemy heroes on this side of the map and you want to farm safely, you should not be farming basically anywhere near like where the hero who can kill you is. You have to give the enemies a little bit of respect in this regard.